this meeting is going to be divided in two areas. One area that is going to be streaming, that is that one, and one area that is not going to be streaming, that is this one for the people who doesn't want to go on streaming.
We want to focus the half meeting on the social strike, on developing actions for the social strike, with a focus on the 15th of October, but not as an objective, but like a launch date of the social strike. So that we want to make a social strike that is a cumulative process and a continuous process. The methodology we have thought about is making small work groups for tomorrow, and then each work group will work on targets, and that's what we want to make tomorrow, the whole day. Then we have thought that they will be like common meetings that we can put together what we have developed and discuss it and see if we are doubling work or how the other work groups are working. And then on Sunday we want to make conclusions and closures and present the actions and discuss them.
We came after the second meeting, which was held in Milan, where the hypothesis was to meet with other movements all around, and there was this proposal by German people to concentrate in Frankfurt City to block the financial core of financial capitalism in Europe. So we went there, and after these days of blockade actions, we realized that there was no time to confronting with people. So we decided to make a new appointment in there, which was Agora 99 in Madrid, where we discussed all together. There was also some people here who was in Madrid, where we make different working groups to try to get at least a picture of what was happening on that time. So after Agora 99, actually we didn't make a new strategy. It was just a patchwork of all the realities which were in struggle on that day, and each reality then went back, and we see that all strategies were a little bit framing on their own position, on their own starting position. So after that, we thought that it was helpful to make a third meeting to make an evaluation of all that process, and it was in Ljubljana. And actually, in Ljubljana, what we saw that we were not enthusiastic about to concentrate only on one date, all the movement energies, which actually after a few days somebody get involved with police, somebody were beat off, somebody went back home and never came back to the movement. So we saw that all the energy that was involved in the 2011 to full on the squares, full of people, young, old people, was a little bit left away. So we thought on that moment that we need to recover something that we lost in this pattern. And actually that's why we came out with this fourth appointment, to remind us, to give us the chance to see if this resonance in between Turkey and Brazil this year, which actually we didn't expect. We saw with 2 years long from the first day we occupy the squares here in Spain, we see that these hypotheses are still alive. So that's why the metropolitan strike, we start to consider that was even a kind of political action we can reproduce in some way. But actually we know that the local context always gives us a limit in order to translate also the practices and vocabularies and also the statements we produce.
Let's take them, this methodology that we have developed as an inspiration and as a tool, and then each working group can go from there to the more generic.
Noi possiamo fare lo stesso gruppo, tanto noi veniamo da Roma, voi da Modena, da Bologna.
Miguel, camionero de rutas internacionales, autónomo, 47 años. En Italia hay una lucha de logística. Más o menos el personaje es como Miguel. pero in Italia sono immigrados de North Africa and Bangladesh. Tiene que ver sobre todo con la problemática que crea la huelga como algo que tiene que ver solo con lo laboral, la vida laboral. O sea, está bien animar huelga de distintos sectores, también está bien buscar posibilidades de coaliciones entre los distintos sectores, los distintos sindicatos para que puedan movilizar a su gente. Pero yo creo que el reto es como más grande. El reto es cómo llegue a lo social, a toda la vida metropolitana, y en ese sentido no basta con una coalición de distintos sectores, de distintos sindicatos, de distintos tipos de trabajo.
El movimiento estudiantil en Madrid supuestamente ha hecho su campaña fuerza sobre la juventud sin futuro, ¿no? Que supuestamente apelaba directamente, digamos, al mensaje que más o menos es lo que resumió tú, ¿no? Y yo qué sé, también darle la vuelta, ¿no? Y pensar cómo esto puede pasar desde una dimensión estudiantil.
Practically, we were discussing about logistics, because we really realized that trying to find points of contact between different subjectivities in struggle, it's not an easy task, so we must look at a dynamic that connects all these differences that today populate the metropolis, and so we convened that logistics is what connects us all together. Now the valorization process it takes place thanks to the logistics, thanks to the movement of people, of goods, of ideas, images, and whatever. So that's should be our focal point.
The more interesting and really effective experiences of social strike was ones that took place in the US in 2007 when the migrants population was fighting against the new bill about migration, and there was this, I just think about that because Dario said si se puede became the slogan of Obama, but come from the migrant struggles, and yelling from si se puede, they make this really effective social strike, don't work, don't go to school, don't buy. And in several neighborhoods, for example in a city as New York, there was sort of blockade in front of the supermarket. The migrant kids don't go at school. A lot of shops, small shops around the city owned by migrant people was closed, and the presence of migrants became really clear.
And think about the social strike like a big frame to develop together and fight against the precariousness, the austerity, etc. It was not only a big agenda. We discussed for 3 hours about practice and common perspective.
Past experiences in Cyprus, Italy, Spain, and Berlin, and also we spoke about the political meetings and the political experience for the next course, for the next year.
The challenge is to think in, okay, let's say methodology or a way, also a way that is copyable or replicable, I don't know if that's English, but anyway, even in global level that can be used in other places as a form of facilitation for anybody in the 99%, let's say, to do 2 things. First, to situate themselves and their singular, individual, seemingly individual problems in a wider picture, and make the connection with other singular problems and understand that there are these connections. And then, secondly, to find, to find a way, a practice that they really like, that they see useful for changing that problematic that they have together with other people. And all this should be done in a way that it's copyable in other places. I think that's